Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another round of Ultimate League Season 23 as we find ourselves then in round number 7. Going from not wanting to even take part in this season to now lead the championship, that is the story of Flix as we find ourselves then 14.5 points in the lead against Fatmi in second place, the one who was leading the way since the start, but he has missed the previous round, so the Frenchman is now down in second place. In the meantime, we also see Kubo and F1 Fan being just separated by a single point, but we also see a very fast approaching Figueira, the three times world champion, could definitely very soon find himself on that battle as well. In the meantime, we see then in the team standings one time for the first time in this season, then being in the lead on the Constructors Championship, so the Constructors World Champions could once again defend their title, as we see then Full Force being now just 8 points behind, with then LSA and Stargold, just like in the previous round, they are still just a single point separated by each other. And as they pretty much scored the same amount of points in the previous round. They both scored 26 points in the end. Today we're going to be racing at a real-life circuit, which is a circuit located in a region which is divided by Czech Republic and Poland, and it is known for having a huge importance when it comes to the industry of both of those countries. And we're talking about then the circuit of Silesia Ring, which is a track that takes a good use of a active airfield, and it is a track that then features 14 corners, and as you can see, it is a track that has a lot of fast and flowing corners, so we might potentially see some bigger packs going on in today's race. But something that is definitely going to be on the driver's mind is going to be the fact that today's race is going to be done on 25% of rain, and we already know what happened the last time we have 25% of rain at Sochi. We saw that race being a complete Russian roulette, so we will see the same here today. That is going to be then the main question, and so this is definitely going to be one of those races that you definitely don't want to miss. So without any further ado, let's get ourselves in to the qualifying session. Alright, so here we go then. We find ourselves in the qualifying, and as we see, we are then watching the car of Manberg Goats, but I want to zoom in just a little bit just to show you some of the special liveries that we got for today's race. As we got 3 teams. First of them, it's going to be then Lynx Racing, as we are now seeing Jurist today racing as Kali's Skimitar. But yeah, either way, he's Jurist. So and yeah, then we got Ricard Auto, as I saw there, as we see Piggy here, and then we got Stargold as well. More towards the front, we can see Kubo over there, as we see now the drivers about to finish their first laps, and as we see here, we got Kubo in second place. No, that's Ludwig, but Kubo's in third either way. As Kubo's gonna be the driver they're probably gonna want to root for today, or at least a lot of people will, because this is his 100th race, and it's gonna be his home race as well. But either way, we are then about to finish this first qualifying. We see Flix right on the deadline there in P9, and let's see now final straight who's gonna be able to go through into Q2. As we see right here, some drivers improving. Flix, I think, managed to survive in the end, and so as we have then a look into the drivers who got eliminated, we see then Jurist, then it's gonna be starting in last place. Then we see Zura with Mystic racing today for Lynx Racing there in P16. Then we see Toaster today racing for SCP, as we then got Piggy followed in by Kado. Then we see Corvid, Bishone, Do Gamer, and then Nikil is gonna be then the last of the drivers who then get through here, as we see. So Nikil goes through into Q2, and then we got also Flix. Then we see both LSA drivers. See Suduch today racing with his backwards name. Then we see F1 Fan followed by Albono. And then we see Kubo Lane in P4 followed in by Menbergot, Ludwig and Figo. So we got both 1 times, both LSA drivers, also both Stargoats, and then we see 1 Full Force driver, 1 SCP, and 1 Ricard Auto as well. So yeah, look at this, Albono in P5 And I think this might be the first time where he gets through into Q2, if I'm not wrong, but either way, let's then get ourselves into a Q2. Alright, so here you go then, Q2, once again we are seeing Goat. As it seems like Fetmi is missing another race now that I'm noticing, but either way we see then Figo, who is here to fight for another pole position. He got P1 in Q1, so let's see if he can do it all over again, because now this is where getting first will actually matter. So let's see who, maybe not on this first lap though. Seems like he made a little mistake. And let's see who's more at the front. We see right now, ooh, it's Goat, we see Flix up there as well. Yeah, let's see, yeah, I think Figo is gonna be a little bit low. And the thing is that there's only 2 laps in this qualifying now, so he's gonna be under huge pressure. As we see right now, I think Flix, no, it's gonna be Kubo, no, it's Ludwig, Jesus Christ, this is getting very confusing, but it is in Ludwig. Then taking provisional pole, we see Flix in second place, and it's Goat, and then Figo finds himself then in P4. I think this time he did not make any mistakes on that first sector. But now we are getting already towards the end here. As you can see, this is definitely a bit of a fast lap. There's barely any braking points. I think the biggest amount of time where you have to brake is going to be right at the end, as we see now then final straight. Who's going to be taking that provisional pole, or who's going to be taking pole position? It's going to be Ludwig. Managed to stay right at the front. So he's going to be taking then pole position. So let's then have a look into the starting grid here. Alright, so having a look then into the starting grid, we see Ludwig then starting on pole position within both 1 times going to be following his tail. We see Figo and Flix, and we see Goat starting in P4, then we got then the home hero here, Kubo starting in P5 on the 3rd row with Nikhil. Then we see Kubo, I mean not Kubo, Albono, and then F1 Fan then in P8, and we got Sludge, and then No Gamer closing the top 10. Then later on we're gonna have then Bishione doing his second race of the season with Carvey, then starting in P12. We then got Kado and Piggy on row number 7, and then you got Toaster and Mystic, and then on the final row you're gonna have Zura and Urist. So that's pretty much it then for this starting grid. Let's then get ourselves into today's race. 41 laps around Siletsia Ring with 25% of rain. Alright, here we go then. We see it's gonna be a cloudy start, so the drivers are gonna be very nervous right now. But Ludwig is gonna lead us away into the Polish Grand Prix. Here we go then, as we got Figo looking to have a bit of a better start there somehow. As you see now, they're going side by side already. Figo's gonna have the inside now, but he's not gonna be able to make the move here. So already going through these airfields. You see drivers going wild. I think that was Albono. And I don't know, he's like, oh, I think the F1 Fan probably, because he's so far down now. And as we see the rain already coming in here, as we see now, the Stargos and the 1 times then all in the top 4 with Goat there in P5 is now. You see right at the back we got the RMCs battling with Nikhil and Suduch, as we see a bunch of drivers going into the pits. At this time, Kubo's not going to risk it, he's going to go straight into the pits, but it's going to be instead his teammates now. He's going to be trying to go for the gamble, as you can see. It is probably not going to work. So you're going to have then full rain coming in, as we see a lot of drivers going for the inters, but Urist actually went for the wet, so he might have a bit of a pace advantage potentially. But as you see, look at Ludwig. Seems like he can actually deal with his current conditions a bit better than Figo somehow. And so there he goes, and Ludwig is going to pit from the lead, but I think he's going to lose it. Oh, as I see now the rain ending, but I think still it is going to be better to just go for those inters. But probably Albono disagrees, he's going to stay out. Still on the soft tires, but it's going to be a long way until this track dries up. So I think pitting would still be the better option. But as you can see now, the fans on the stand just going crazy as they all see then Kubo leading the way, as we got Flix then in second place, followed in by Goat. Then we see No Gamer also gaining a lot with this. As then you got then the driver who was in the lead of the race. We see now Ludwig battling Carvey there. Both just trying to survive. But yeah, in the meantime, Albono though, I think he continues to lose positions, but he continues to stay out. So Yeah, I guess at this point it might just be better to stay out and just commit to the strategy, but he definitely got hugely screwed up here. And I think he should have definitely pitted, because the rain was really just staying for enough time for pitting to be worth it. So either way, now we see already the race sort of calming down here, but this grid is definitely completely shaken up here, as we see now Biscione getting overtaken by his compatriot Nikhil. He now takes 10 P11. Now we see Flix already pitting as he goes for the dry tires. This could work well for him. Let's see, he's down in P13 as he goes in for the mediums. Now he's just getting that extra grip mid corner, and he went a little bit into the grass, but now he's gonna have an easy move on Toaster, I believe. He gets in up the inside of that SCP car. In the meantime, we see a bit of a freeway battle. Ludwig just getting pushed off there. We see Figo just trying to make up some ground here on those eaters. And now this is where Kubo is going to start to gamble. If there's a race where this could work, it would be today. Because the rain could very well just come back, and as we see, there's a few drivers actually also trying that. And as we see, oh my god, there's a Cicalo just going wide, and now he gets killed by Flix there. But I think Flix just happened to catch him on that situation. Now we see Nikhil not making it hard for Flix to pass him. Now we see Biscione then root in third place, probably the first time in his career. Ooh, and now we see the clouds coming in. Now looks like Kubo is not going to risk it for any longer. And now he pits in for the soft tires, so he's going to get undercutted here, but I think he's not going to be as big of a damage that he could have been if he stayed for a bit further. So either way, he's going to then be right next to Figo. So usually not a bad thing if you want to climb up the grid. If you just stay on the slipstream, it's usually a good idea. But in the meantime, we see then Evan Fan still committing to staying out on those inters. He's not the only one though. We see Biscione also going for the same thing here. We got then we see then, yeah, Figo then going for the move on the Italian. Now we see him try to get past the Polish driver, but Kubo shuts the door there. Oh, and I think, yeah, just apologizing there to the Japanese Portuguese driver. But as we see that we got Togamer then in P6. As we got now a bit of a change of lead. There he goes, Flix up the inside, and he takes the lead of the race. There he goes, the Latvian. And there are some concerns about him not potentially racing today. Due to his connection just not being the best, but now seems like he still managed to show up, and his connection seems to be looking fine. So as we see then now, Menbrigot also gets an easy move on the Romanian driver. Now we see Kubo is going to be stern and trying to get past the LSA driver. Is going to be able to do it around the outside maybe. Oh my god, it still cost him some time though. But now there he goes, he lets him pass. To be honest, he's not really... His race is not completely ruined, I'd argue. He's just simply gonna have to be in a bit of an alternate strategy compared to the others, so he might still be able to do well, but I think you're gonna need to think about pitting, and that's exactly what he does then. So there he goes in the LSA driver. Pits now for the soft tires, and let's see, he's gonna end up, I think, in P10, because yeah, we also got the other drivers who also have to pit. As we see Carlo then racing the SCPs, and we got the Ricards also battling each other here. There he goes, he's just going to swap positions as Albono has the faster tire. But yeah, in the meantime at the front though, we see Flix now. Looks like he got caught up by Membergoat. And yeah, this is the type of track where the tire you choose can make a huge deal when it comes to the pace, because of how fast this track is. And so because of this, the soft tire has a much bigger advantage in terms of pace. And so there is why we see the Membergoat just easily catching Flix now. Even though one would expect for Flix to be faster on pace. But as we see then, we see also Dogamer here currently P5. This time he didn't manage to get himself into Q2. But at the moment I don't think he's really going to care, because he already gained 5 positions compared to his qualifying start. So either way, we see now the clouds coming in again. The skies are then closing. Yeah, they could potentially be welcoming the rain very soon, who knows. But yeah, so far it's already done its fair damage, I'd say. Although the best drivers are still at the front. As we see now, Kuba and Corvid going... I mean, that's not Kuba, that's Ludwig then going side by side. With Corvid here, we see the American versus the Australians. Now Corvid is gonna go into the pits. And it's right when we see the clouds coming, but... seems like those clouds will disappear for a bit. So that's gonna be a huge relief for the Australian, as we see F1 Fenden making a huge undercut on the Aussie driver. In the meantime, we see now Figa once again going at it again with Kubo. And now maybe the mediums starting to be better than the softs. It's very possible, especially on these final two turns. But yeah, it seems like then Flinks and Kubo will dive into the pits now, both going for the soft tires. Remember that you don't need to use different compound of tires, you can just pick whatever tires you want because of the rain today. So we then see here Kubo then going through this airfield straight, as he ended up just ahead of F1 Fan, who once again just going for that alternate strategy, but I feel like he may ended up doing kind of like an extra pit stop, really. But of course he still is going to have around the similar amount of pit stops than the others, just that his pit stops are going to happen much later than the others. But in the meantime, we see them now, Dogamer leaving the pitch just ahead of Pisciane, as we now see the clouds coming back. In the meantime, seems like Figo has also gone into the pits. He ended up right behind Kubo. And now he's going for the mediums, but he's going to have that slipstream of the Polish driver right ahead of him, which is definitely going to be very useful now, as you see now Flix also catching Membergoat here. And as you see, can the Dutchman just stay with the Latin? Yes, he can. There he goes. This could be very crucial. As in the previous race, he actually had a crucial role in helping his team to do well. As you see, oh, now the rain comes back and it's going to be full rain. Looks like Nikhil was just diving into the pits, and he managed to just change those tires in time, luckily for him. We also see then the Ricards double stacking here. Then we see then the driver towards back as well, so the leaders should all going into the pits. There's no reason to gamble when it's full rain. And I'm pretty sure everyone knows that. Yeah, there he goes. Kuba also doing the same as he goes side by side with Figo. Now the rain is gonna slow down, but I think probably the wets will be the best tire, but a lot of them still going for the Inters because they're expecting to potentially stay out once the track dries out for a bit. They still want to have that possibility. But of course he might sacrifice a little bit of grip when it comes to full rain, as you see now Dogamer now gonna look to try and get past his teammate, and there he goes, Corvid actually being able to see where he was and just let him through. Remember that he has that huge ping where it becomes really hard to see where everyone is on their screen, so yeah, either way we see then here now Ludwig batting with Suduc here. As Ludwig is starting on pole position, but sadly for him things haven't really gone all that well. He went for a bit of a gamble at the start and he lost out with it, but then now he's gonna have to keep his head down and try to recover, as we see. Then the race definitely slowing down here. But yeah, either way we see then now Flix leading the way with Menbergot second. Then we got Figo in third with Kubo just trying to follow him as well. In the meantime, I feel like Flix might be able to just get away from Membergot. Let's see if that's really the case. Remember that the slipstream range since the start of this season has been small, and as you see, Membergot makes the mistake. And I think this is what Flix needs to get away then. As we approaching the halfway through in this race. The halfway point, I mean. But yeah, then we see Figo and Kubo, then we got No Gamer racing alone in P5. Looks like he managed to create a gap on Corvid. Then we see F1 Fan now ended up in P7, so I'd say things didn't really go all that bad despite that gamble that he took a while ago. Then you see then here also Ludwig in P8 there with Sluch then in P9. Then you got Piscione. Then it's Stickel. Then we see here Cado with Albono now going side by side potentially now. Looks like Cado blocked the British driver. Let's see what can the Scotsman then do as we see Cado suddenly shutting the door there as they go now side by side. Can the Ricard get past that Frenchman? There he goes then. And it seems like Cado broke a bit early to just let Albono get through. Then we see Toaster followed by Piggy. And then it's Zura and Mystic. And then he got Eurist. Who is he retiring? Yeah, I think he's just parking his car on the pits. So I think he's gonna stay there. So I think that's gonna be then our first DNF of this race, as we see then Flix just continuing to lead the way, but I think he might have some battles potentially. We see Corvid and Ludwig. Seems like the American managed to catch the RMC car. In the meantime, we see now the LSA is gambling, and I can't see why. Because the rain has ended, the track is completely dried up, but we got the clouds. But now looks like those clouds are going to disappear. So let's see then, we see now, look at the top 4, they're all very close to each other. And they might potentially get undercutted by the drivers behind. But this drivers behind will get closer, as we see now they all decide to pit. There's no reason to risk it now. And now let's see what the tire choices are going to be, and looks like Kubo goes for the softs while the others go for the mediums, so this is interesting. We see also the LSAs now definitely losing out this time. P8 and P9 for them respectively. That's but as we see then we got Ludwig now trying to get past Corvid as he goes up the inside now. As they're now just leaving then the airfield. But there he goes, and Ludwig then takes P6, we see Corvid then in P8, and we see F1 Fan. Actually, Corvid is in P7, then it's F1 Fan in P8. But yeah, at the front though, looks like we're gonna have a bit of a Figo versus Kubo battle here. Kubo at least trying to just snatch a podium today, I think he would love it. As you see there now, tries to get past Figo, but Figo goes defensive there, so a nice battle between these two drivers. As we see Flix just being right ahead as well, but Menbergot is going to be taking a bit of a more chilled approach here. Or maybe not, as we see Flix may have done a mistake now, but that swap of positions may allow for the other two to come back. There he goes, Figo just getting very close here. And I think we might have a 4-way battle for the lead. There we go, I think. They're still quite not there, but now I feel like with Flix taking back the lead, we should see now Figo getting the Dutchman's slipstream. But as we see now, Katisi continues to go side by side. So amazing side by side action there between the Menbergot and Flix here. Menbergot is not got a race win yet, but as we see, Flix just goes out there. Makes a bit of a mistake on the final third, and now he's down in P4. So let's see then, we see now this 4-way pack just getting split up once again. As we see now, Figo just taking back the lead. As now the rain is looking to come back here. As we see now, oh my god, now Figo goes wide. Menbergot takes full advantage of that. Now he takes back the lead, but Figo is gonna still go side by side. And now the rain comes in midway to the corner. Now Kubo tries to dive up the inside. Is now trying to pit this. He's going free wide into the pit lane. I think that is the first time I see something like that. But now here we go, look at this, he's all very punched up. And now the main question is, who is still seeing all the other drivers ghosted, and who is now... Oh, I think they all see all the drivers and ghosted there, but... Either way now, we see the one times trying to be on those first two positions. We see Menbergot down in P4. As the battle continues to heat up here. We see now Flix going for the double overtake, and he takes the lead of the race. There he goes. Oh, now Menbergot gets a little bit pushed off, but still, Kubo I think is gonna save him. As we see him now just trying to stay with the one times. As we see then, yeah, Flix is leading the way now. Figo tries to go up the inside. As then he goes into one time here, then we got Kubo now just trying to dive up the inside there. As we see a good battle there for second. But there we go now, so this is how things look like. We got the one times leading the way, then it's Kubo and Menbergold in third and P4. And we then also see Gamer and Ludwig there, but I think it's still worth to watch this battle at the front there. As yeah, Menbergold still tries to make some overtakes here, as we see now. There goes the full force, maybe try to go around the outside. Can we do it now? I think he can. There he goes. Menbergold takes second. But this could just allow... Oh, now Flix goes up the inside. He gets pushed up the inside. He's going to lose a lot of time. Look at that. Oh, there is some huge damage going on the Latvians race. But as we see, I think Figo might be able to take a bit of a distance. So let's see then, we got Figo in the lead. Now it's going to be 12 laps to go to the end of this race, as now the track has dried up. And as we see, we got this Flix is going for the hard tires, gonna try and go for that undercut. He suddenly gets a little bit of a push from Sluch there. But let's see now, he should have probably done his final pitch stop there unless the rain comes back. But now let's see now, Flix had to get through Carville and he managed to do just that. And there is definitely very crucial, but let's see now, the other three drivers all going to the pitch. We see Figo going for the hard tires, Kubo's gonna go for the soft tires. Ooh, I've never got for the mediums, so they all picking different compound of tires. Looks like, yeah, Menbergold's gonna let Kubo through, but as we see now, this is allowing for Flix to get back to them. So, good decision from Flix to just pit a lap earlier, because now with that undercut he managed to now get back to the others and be able to fight again. But as we see now, look at Kubo though. Kubo decided to go into the pits for the soft tires, and now this is allowing him to just catch Figo. Let's see now, we see Figo just going defensive. Kubo's gonna try and go around the outside too. The first turn, as you see, can he make the move around the outside? The long way around is now he's gonna have the inside. And now he takes back the lead. We see Menbergold also trying to fight it, as we see Figo just diving up the inside. And now we see Kubo just going through the middle, as Menbergold just took the lead for a brief moment there. But now we see Figo going up the inside, but he has to brake, not push the Polish driver off the track. But now we see Figo also getting back, and look at this now, Ludwig also just appearing out of nowhere because of all of this battling. And who knows, we could see a 2v2 battle between Stargold and One Time here. With also Menbergold in the middle. And that could be very interesting actually. Because I remember when Fudme took a race win. When we saw, for instance, One Times. And I think it was also either the LSAs or the SCPs battling each other. And Fudme just took a huge advantage on that. Took a huge advantage of the chaos, and he got his... I think it was his first ever race win in Jakarta back in season 18. But as we see now, we see Kubo and Ludwig then going side by side, and we got the Stargold 1-2 here. Or at least we had it, but now we see Figo now going back into the lead with Menbergold also trying to get past the Polish driver, but he's gonna have to stay in third place for now. So yeah, interesting strategies going on. We see the Stargolds on the soft tires, Menbergold on the mediums, and then it's the One Times with the hard tires. Now the question is, will they all stay out until the end? That's the main question. As we see now, Kubo just staying back the lead, using the draft of Figo to just take P1. And in the meantime, I'm seeing, yeah, I think the American now is just struggling now. Looks like he's gonna be left behind. But he could potentially come back here if they all continue to battle. He could still see Ludwig getting back. But let's see now. I think things might be slowing down. We see Figo just now getting back the lead. Ooh, now we see the clouds coming back. I think Kubo would want to see the rain to come in. Especially if it would be very clear rain. Because that means that everyone will have to pit for the same tires at the same time. And that would remove his tire disadvantage that he has right now. Because that's the main thing here. The tire wear is gonna make things harder for him. But as we see now, there he goes, Scooby takes up things side. Figo is gonna be down in second place. As we are now approaching the end of this race. As we see now, Figo goes around the outside. Now the inside, he takes back the lead. Now Membergold takes second. Is he now going free wide? Look at that. But now there he goes. Oh my god, Membergold just taking back the lead. But now Figo then taking second place. Now there he goes, and there he goes, the one-time driver now taking back that race lead here from Membergold. As in the meantime, we see Flix and Kubo battling for third, trying to catch the others. Kubo's just trying to hold on as his tires are completely dying out here. And let's see, can he do it or not? He's having his home Grand Prix on his 100 starting Ultimate League, and as you see, Flix just goes out. Flix makes a huge mistake on his own. He got through and he threw himself out. Does he see? Oh, now there he goes. The rain comes back here. With 3 laps to go, it's going to be full rain now. They're going to have to skate through their way into the pit lane. And as you see now, there he goes. Membergold takes the lead. So Membergold leads the way now from Figo. But I think now the tire difference is going to be making a big decision. Oh, but the rain is going to end. But I think they're all going to have to pit either way. So here they go now. But the question is it going to be the Inters or is it going to be Slicks? Oh, they all go for the Inters in the end. Yeah, seems like they're all going to bet on the Inters. Because the rain could come back. We see Sludge also staying out. But let's see now. Oh, F1 Fan and the Gamer back at the front, but they're gonna have, they're gonna have to give way for Figo and Membergold here. And now look at this, Figo versus Membergold for the battle, for the win. And this is where it's all gonna come to. As you see, Kubo just getting blocked by F1 Fan. Now Flix takes third. Who is gonna be pissed by the LSA driver, I feel like. But now there you go, just 2 laps to go to the end of this race. Figueroa is just looking for another race win, while Membergold is looking for his first race win. And let's see, can he take it or not? As you see, Elon Gamer and F1 Fan with absolutely no tires. We see Ludwig just trying to get past both of them. Oh, we got an incident there. But oh my god, look at this now. Final lap of the race. We got 2 drivers on the Inters in dry conditions. Let's see, he's going to be able to win these drift battles. We see Membergold goes around the outside, he takes the lead here. As we see now, he's going to go defensive into the hairpin. Figo's going to stay behind in second place. Is he going through the back straight here? Figo tries to go up the inside, Membergold tries to close it, but he cannot do it. Now he goes for the switch back, but Figo takes back the lead here. Is he going to win it? I think he will. There he goes. Membergold makes a mistake. Figo still leads the way now, just the final few corners to go. And I think he's gonna go the way of Figo as he takes the win at the Polish Grand Prix. As Membergold takes second place, and then it's Flix. Then ending the podium, and then it's Kubo in P4. And oh my god, what a race this was. Definitely the best race we got so far in this season. And yeah, in the end we still got Figo winning, but wow, that was incredible to watch as we see now Toaster just letting his compatriot get past. And yeah, did we see then Albono now in P15, looks like he stayed out on those tires. But goddamn, what a race this was. So an absolute banger of a race here today. Because we're just waiting then for Zero and Mystique to end the race, but I think we might actually have to wait for the whole... Oh no, wait, no, I think Flix just left the lobby, so I guess once... Oh, it's Mystique too, I guess he's gonna go backwards. Okay, I guess this is gonna be an absolute scene now. Looks like Zero is gonna Finish racing, yeah, there he goes. Yuris was still on the way, but since Flix left early, the game just waited for 17 drivers to finish the race. So either way, let's have a look into the race results here. We got Figo then taking his third win of the season. And then we see Mabrigot, who's been so close for his first race win, but I guess he's gonna have to wait for another day to get that debut win. Then we see Flixen in third place with the fastest lap, with Kubo just being shy of the podium today. And then you see Budwig then being able to take P5. And then you got F1 Fan and Dogamer stayed out until the end on those dry tires. Then in P6 and P7, then we got Carvid in P8, and we see Biscione and Nikhil in the top 10. Then you see Sudocner in P11, followed by Kalo. Then it's Piggy with Toaster. Then you got Albono, Zura, and then we got the Lynx Racing drivers, Mystic, and then Yuris to DNF early on in this race. So that is pretty much it for the race results. Let's just have a look into the driver interviews. Alright, so here we go then. We got ourselves into the post-race interviews, and we're gonna then start with the race winner today, Figo, and yeah, so a race where things could have gone in a lot of different ways. It was still you who managed to take the race win. So how do you feel today?
That's genuinely one of the most fun fights I think I've ever been in. Just a four-way battle. Um, I mean, the beginning was a bit like I can't remember what happened at the beginning. Like I fell back or something. Oh yeah, I mean, like first of all, missing out on pole was just like unlucky for Ludwig. Yeah, he put in a really great lap, and yeah, I can imagine. Because I started celebrating when I finished my lap. I was like, yes, and then I realized, oh wait, I'm second. So that was kind of a funny like moment. So he's a very good qualifier, about a lap. And then yeah, so the beginning it was kind of tough, and throughout the race I just had to like slowly climb and stuff. And yeah, I mean, just the final stages of that fight, it was just I could just tell everyone was like tense. You know, the nerves were high, tensions were high. But like in like a fun way, because it's like wow, all four of us have a chance to win here. And you're also like in your mind thinking about like, bro, the rain could hit and that could completely change the result as well. So you have to balance that as well. It was but it was just such an exciting fight. I think we all tried our best to keep it clean. We all I think had our moments and stuff. So, but I don't think any of us can go like, oh, I didn't, have an incident. Like we all had our moments, and I think but we tried our best to keep it clean, and it was really fun. And yeah, at the end, in the end, I managed to win. It's just a fun fight, fun race. I'm pretty happy with it.
All right, really nice to hear. Then we go then to Membergoat, and yeah, you were so close for your first race win today. Just couldn't quite get there for a few hundredths of a second, but still, how do you feel? And yeah, what are your thoughts on this race?
Yeah, no, same thoughts as Figo. Really, like that was a really fun fight. Very stressful because I did feel the tension of like a possible win because I was very close to it, of course. So especially those last laps, like when I think Flix had a moment in the last chicane with Kubo behind him and he got stuck. So then it was just Figo and me. So I knew it was gonna come down to the last lap and we had to fight for it. But yeah, those last lap nerves got to me. And we had a really like clean fight overall. I think between the four of us, like there was one moment where I think it just got a little bit crazy. It just got a bit chaotic. But for the rest of it, it was very clean. Like everyone nicely overtaking each other, leaving space everywhere. It was actually very fun. Like probably the best UL race I've ever been a part of. So yeah, very happy still with the P2. Of course, would have loved to win it, but gotta get better. But GG to Figo anyway. Very good race from him. And of course also to Flix and Kubo. Kubo, congratulations on your 100th race. I hope it was a fun one for you as well.
All right, so yeah, congrats on P2 in the end, and then we go then to Flix. As you just managed to finish on the podium today, we had some incidents there, but yeah, I guess it was still a fun race. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this race?
Um, First of all, my track was different. I had a if you go into driver radio chat, I sent a video. on the one corner, it's a chicane for me, and everyone went just to the grass, and I've got killed there like 2 times because they don't know that it's grass for me, so they just push me there. Just annoying, but yeah, fun race, fun battle. Um, wished. I feel like, bro, I don't know. There because of the chicane, I was losing so much time to member going in the beginning as well when I lost him, and of course just some simple weird mistakes from both of us in general. But yeah, definitely because of that chicane, I was losing a bit of time, which is annoying because I felt like if if the track was actually normal for me, I could have maybe pulled the gap. But yeah, I don't know because my inter space was just shit in general. But yeah, fun race. So congrats to Figo for winning and securing that one-time win, and then of course congrats for member go for P2, and then for Kibo for his 100th race.
All right, so then we go then to Kubo and yeah,
You there, bro?
100.
No.
Yeah,
You
so
know he has a stroke. He has a he had a stroke.
what?
Yeah, I have no team owner anymore. Fuck.
Rest in peace, Nuno.
Wait, what?
Oh
Oh,
man, that was
oh
fuck.
shit!
Oh,
I was speaking, but I had to mute for a bit there. But okay, so before today on the race, it was an absolute thriller, and so yeah, what are your thoughts on your 100th race?
yeah, I'm very happy. I was a bit jittery. I think I drank one Red Bull too much, but I got a good enough quality. I got P5 in Q2, which was kind of crazy because I didn't think a dot 8 could get you P5. I guess everyone struggled because it is a mistake-prone track, but race itself went very well. I think I got all the calls right, maybe risked a little too much with the softs at the end, but it was working out just fine to fight for P3. Had a little coming together with F1 fan at the end. That cost me the position to Flex, but also did accidentally kill Flex like twice heavily in that race and Figo once as well, which I apologize for. So I think in the end I did deserve a P4 because I think I would have I think I would have deserved a penalty that would have sent me to P4 anyway. But yeah, 100th race, pretty good. Um, would have wanted to be a little less jittery, a little more focused. Struggling with that lately, but I will take a P4 as no better position to sum up my career than P4. So I'm happy. And GG's to everyone, and shout out Ludwig for that amazing pole position and the P5 drive. He struggled a lot in the midfield. So yeah, GG's guys. On to the next 100. I'll never leave.
All right then we go with Leg. As yeah, as Kubo said, he took pole position today, but then things went a bit south with the rain. I believe he tried to stay out a little bit longer, and he got undercut by Fujars, but still he finished P5. So, what are then your thoughts on the race?
Yeah, I mean, the pole position was wonderful. I mean, that was my best lap ever on this track at the perfect time, I guess. And then the race, I think I just got a little unlucky. I felt like I had really good pace, but messed up pretty much every rain call. So very happy that last bit of rain came at the end to secure P5. But yeah, it was a decent race. Could have been better. And sorry to F1 fan. I think I lag rocketed you maybe 4 or 5 times, but yeah, pretty happy with the team result 4 and 5. So yeah, we'll try to do better next week.
All right, nice to hear. And then we go to I think Corvid. So yeah, before the race, you did told me that you barely did any practice. So I'm guessing that PA today is gonna be uh, the best you could have hoped for.
I don't know, because the race start gave me a lot of hope. I don't know why so many people stayed out in the first rain call. After it, I was sitting in P6, I think, and I was sitting in P5 for a good chunk of the first half of the race, and then I had like a pair of not really a pair of really bad stints, but one really bad stint. I let Dog Gamer through because it was on wets, and it was like the one phase of the race where the wets were actually a little bit stronger than the inters, so I let him through just fine. And then I think I put the softs on, or I put the mediums on right after, and then I tried to let Ludwig through, and I got sort of knocked out, and then that let F1 fan through, and then I started making mistakes on my own and lost a ton of time to that group, and that really was pretty much it in terms of me having any chance of fighting at the top. I just sort of stuck in 8th for the rest of it, and then I think I had one chance to maybe try and get back some time to the leaders, but then the rain came in not the greatest time for me, unfortunately, but what can you do? Just not fast. I mean, I was surprised with how much pace I had today, but I was just not fast enough in general, especially with starting in 12th. I need to really crack down on the qualies.
All right. And then now I think for our final interview we then go with Ben. And yeah, difficult race P15 today. I think you also tried to gamble with the rain, but things didn't went your way. But still, that qualifying though, you went into Q2 and you did pretty well there. So what are does that give you like any future hopes for for the next races, Ben? Oh, okay. 2 seconds. I guess you're just gonna.
Oh,
All right. So not sure if you heard my question or.
no, yeah, I did.
All right.
Yeah, quali was obviously awesome. That was super cool getting into Q2, P8, and within half a lap, I was P14 because of the lag rocket with F1 fan. Obviously, that's unavoidable. It happens. Then the full rain came. I wasn't able to pit in time, so I had to stay out on full wets. And then I just halfway through that lap, I said, "Do I stay out?" And Toaster member said yes, thinking I was on inters. I just heard them say yes and stayed out because it was like the clouds coming. So that was terrible. Yeah, basically everything in the race that could have went wrong. But I tried, and like Batuka was going off in the Rycar chat, but I done what I could. I done everything that I could, and in the moment, it might not have been the best decision, but it's what I thought would have worked. And you were saying like, does it give you hope or not hope? But I know what you mean. The thing is, I know I can get results like this. I've bottled quali. That was nice not to bottle quali. The race got fucked. So I guess next season maybe there'll be a race where I don't bottle quali or the race. But I don't know what to say. It sucks, man.
All right. So hopefully things in the future will get better. So okay. Either way, so this then concludes the interviews for today. As then now today we race at Let's see Ring, a track made by Bituco, and next week is going to also be at Circuit with my Bituco, as we're going to then race in France at the Val de Vienne. So we'll see you there, and till the next time, and goodbye.